Hello, people of the internet, and welcome to the Otaku's 2 Cents podcast, the podcast where the three of us give you our 2 cents on anime. If you're just joining us for the first time, this is going to be our introduction episode, so you can get to know us just a tad bit better. Without further ado, let's get this podcast started. So, we're going to start out with a quick introduction of everybody that's around the table. So, I'm Cole. This is Zach. Say hi, Zach.
I'm Zach. Hello.
Trey, give the people of the internet a big shout hello.
Hi, world.
So, we are called Otaku's 2 Cents Podcast, and our number one goal is to give you our 2 cents on anime. So, but before we do that, we would definitely like to introduce ourselves to you guys, give you guys just a little bit more background about who we are, how long we've been watching anime, stuff like that, and hopefully get you guys just a tad bit more comfortable listening to us in the future. So the first thing we want to go through is how long we've all individually been watching anime. And so me personally, I've been watching anime for officially for about the last 6 years. I think about since the summer of 2014. Was whenever I started my first official anime. Is that about how long you've been watching, Zach?
Yeah, it was about the same for me. I mean, you were actually the one that got me kick-started into it. So yeah, it was about summer 2014, right after college. So
about 6 years. So that I don't think that holds much of a candle to our OG otaku of the group, Mr. Trey.
I have been watching anime for at least 10 years. And just to be clear, when you say officially, you mean not the cartoon animes we watched as children, but actual anime-style anime, right?
Yeah. Whenever I say officially, I mean like it was the anime that you knew. You knew you're sitting there, you're watching anime. This is not your Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon cartoon. This is something different. That's your first official anime.
Yep.
Okay, so in saying that, my quote-unquote initial start to anime was kind of like Trey said, Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, those sorts of shows, that I watched as a kid. Some people don't even, fun fact, some people don't even classify like Dragon Ball Z as anime.
Well, they're wrong.
Well, I used to not classify it as anime as well when I first started because I was like, anime is different than that stuff. I didn't really realize I had been watching anime that entire time.
Yeah, I mean, I was the exact same way. I mean, whenever I started watching Naruto, it was actually on Disney XD. If anybody remembers Disney XD.
I forgot that was a thing.
Yeah, no, that's whenever I first started watching Naruto.
Is that what Naruto was on?
Yeah, it was on Disney XD for me anyway. It was because I remember watching on Friday nights. I would watch the recap of the last week and then move on to the new episode that week every Friday for I forget how long. And so like that's what I started out with. That was my quote unquote initial kind of introduction to anime. I guess I wasn't officially watching anime, but it was my introduction as a kid.
I mean, mine was pretty similar because I'd watched Naruto on and off throughout the years, an episode here and there, but never really sat down and watched it. But I didn't classify it as anime. But I do remember as a kid, just about every day getting off of school, I'd go hang out with my grandparents and sit down, watch Dragon Ball Z, and it got to a point. Fun fact, about me. I used to get out of the shower as a kid and stand in front of a mirror and spike my hair up while screaming, trying to go Super Saiyan. So
I mean, I'm sure we all tried to,
I still do it.
I'm sure we all tried to, cast jutsu as kids and everything too.
Do hand signs.
Do hand signs. The whole, not the Naruto run.
Oh yeah, putting the arms behind the head, going to Area 51.
Because it definitely makes you faster. So what about you, Trey? What was your initial start to anime?
Mine's official. Like your guys, as we all watch those on Cartoon Network and Disney, but Elfen, is it Lied or Lead?
I've heard it pronounced Lead.
See, I've been calling it Elfen Lied this entire time, but that was my first anime, which actually Elfen Lied was introduced to me by my art teacher in high school. Yeah.
Really? Oh wow, interesting. So my first official anime, the first show that I sat down and I knew okay, I'm watching anime. I'm gonna give this a shot. I've heard lots of good things. I've had a lot of people tell me about it, and that was actually Sword Art Online. I sat and I watched all of Sword Art Online, and that was my official first anime. I knew what I was watching. It wasn't a cartoon anymore. That's what I was watching.
And it was the same one for me because I remember right after I got out of college, I was working at a mattress store, which, believe it or not, is kind of a boring job. There's a lot of sitting around. And so I got to be pretty familiar with all of Netflix and everything that I had on it. And I remember you suggesting Sword Art Online to me, and I believe I watched it all in 2 days.
Yeah, I mean I definitely burned through it faster than I should have too, because I was on summer break from college at that point, so I sat and watched it all in a few days as well. But so back whenever I first started watching anime, because our next thing that we want to discuss is how often the three of us watch anime. And so honestly, back whenever I first started, unfortunately, I watched it a lot more than I do now. My anime intake has decreased steadily over the last few years, just because life gets in the way. You get a little bit busier, but
Imposter.
I know. But I'm hoping to honestly use this podcast as an excuse to get back to watching more anime and watching more frequently. Because honestly, I would say I only watch anime maybe a few times a week right now. I mean,
not enough.
I know it's not enough.
You gotta get those numbers up.
I've got to get those numbers up. If I'm going to be an official otaku of the group, then I will have to get those numbers up. But I know that Trey watches anime pretty frequently.
If I don't watch it daily, I go into a deep, dark coma of depression.
So that's where you go.
That's where I go. If I'm not responding, that's where I'm at. Just throw some anime my way.
I'll keep that in mind.
Resuscitate him. Resuscitate him with anime girls.
All the anime girls.
All the anime girls. What about you, Zach?
It was kind of the opposite for me when I first got started. Other than Sword Art Online, which I watched in 2 days, I don't know. Anime has always sort of had, I guess, this sort of stigma about it, and so, but I started watching it, and over time, I've gotten to the point where it's a daily occurrence.
Well,
I mean,
I think honestly, my peak time watching anime was whenever me and you lived together.
That's true.
We watched a lot of anime whenever we lived together. We talked about a lot about anime whenever we lived together.
And never invited me.
Well, we won't bring that up right now.
I didn't know you.
We won't bring that up. We won't put the people of the internet
Apparently you helped us
in
move
between
in,
us
though,
and that
but, man.
quarrel. We won't put them in between that and us. But yeah, whenever we lived together, we watched a lot more. I think we watched Your Lie in April in a matter of a day and a half, 2 days.
It was over one weekend.
And like,
You can thank me for that.
I will thank you.
I will not
Actually,
thank
we
you.
won't thank you for that. But
I still want to hurt you.
But that can be discussed at a later time, and we can give Trey his proper quote-unquote credit for exposing us to that one. So the next one we have is, what would we rank our anime knowledge? And so I will be the first one to say that I am not an otaku of anything. I'm still learning. I'm still extremely new, and so I hope that you all will give me the chance to grow as an anime enthusiast and bear with me as I struggle to talk about some of these shows, since I'm still extremely new. Trey, I would say honestly your knowledge probably ranks higher than the rest of the group, just because of how long you've been watching.
Well, I'm also not, an advanced level anime person. I would consider myself more of a moderate level as far as anime knowledge goes. I don't fully dive into it with all my life, but I do watch it every day and try to keep up to date with what's coming out each season as it comes out. So,
I mean, I don't really know how one would rank this, but I would probably say beginner to intermediate. I mean, I've gotten to the point where I watch it pretty frequently.
You've been watching a lot here in the past, recently.
You've definitely overstepped me recently.
Perks of being a bachelor.
I guess that's valid. So, between the three of us, our anime knowledge is probably not overly extensive, but, give us time, give us a chance, and hopefully we'll be able to entertain you guys a little bit. So, the next one is, what is your favorite anime at this point in time? And if you guys will look at the show notes, I don't have an answer for that one.
No, you can't pick. There's too many good ones.
I couldn't pick.
I don't know. That was the easy one for me.
You can't not pick. You got to pick one.
We're gonna make you do it.
I just can't. I mean, if I had to throw one out there, like really just throw it out there, maybe. Oh man, pass on to Trey. I'll think about it. I can't answer that one. I struggle so bad.
I would categorize mine as Naruto because I've watched that thing at least 5 different times, start to finish. The original Naruto, Shippuden, all of it. It's my favorite. That's an easy answer.
I wish it was that easier for me. What about you, Zach?
It's an easy answer for me as well. Mine is Fairy Tail.
Oh.
You know, I mean, I haven't watched it as many times as Trey's watched Naruto, but I've almost lapped it, and I don't know. I love the story, love the character development, the action. You know, just everything about it.
You see, I've just got. See, I love Naruto. I've watched all of Naruto. And that's a pretty big commitment. I mean, that's a lot of stuff. Naruto Shippuden. That's a big. I've seen it all. I'm caught up on Fairy Tail right now. I love Fairy Tail. Love My Hero Academia. Love Is It Wrong to Try and Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? You guys know I went a little bit deeper than I should have into Darling in the Franxx. Like I enjoy so many, and I just can't pick a favorite, and that's probably really weak of me to say, but maybe one of these days I'll be able to have a solid answer. But I do have a solid answer for our next question, which is, what is your current favorite anime character? And for me, that's an easy one. It's All Might. I love All Might. I love everything he stands for. I love his attitude. I love how he carries himself. I love his character design. I'm a huge All Might fan. Like, that one is so easy for me. He definitely tops my chart.
Yeah, he's all right, I guess.
Yeah. Who do you have, Trey? Since you're so great.
Well, since my favorite anime is Naruto, I'll give you 3 guesses.
Oh gosh.
Naruto.
He's a good character. He's a well developed character, for sure. He goes through a lot of changes.
I like his growth and development from when it starts to the exact end. Yeah. I mean, it changes a lot. He changes a lot. He's just a great character as well, and what he stands for. A lot of the same principles All Might stands for, just, different story.
Yeah. I mean, like, I can definitely see why he would be your favorite. Zach, what do you got to say?
So I'm split between 2. So it's between Loxus Dryer from Fairy Tail and All Might from My Hero Academia. So when we first meet Loxus, he's just this overwhelming dick of a guy that, he pretty much, he's just this awful person. But as the show continues to unfold, you start to dive deeper and see more of his personality, how much he cares for his comrades, and the fact that he would do anything for them. And All Might, many of the points that you brought up, I love everything that he stands for, but I also love that you see this darker side of him, this brokenness to him.
Yeah. I mean, All Might is definitely a character. He knows who and he knows what he is. Mm-hmm. And he shoulders that burden extremely well. And we as the audience, we get to see a side of him that some of the other characters don't get to see. And that is the side that sometimes struggles to shoulder the burden that he's been handed. Well, okay. But we can definitely go into him in later detail in a different review. But something tells me we'll have a lot to talk about on that one. So, do we have anything else that we would like to tell the internet in our quick intro? I know this isn't a super long episode, but I just wanted to give people a real quick run through of who we are, what we've seen, how we feel about certain things. Honestly, we can talk about the podcast a little bit, and kind of why we started it if you guys want to. I mean, it's not it's not an overly complicated reason.
We like anime.
We like anime. In case you guys haven't noticed, I love to talk.
I never noticed that.
Yeah,
I really didn't.
Yeah, nobody ever notices that. I will probably talk more than I should, but we like to talk about the anime that we see, and even if it's not on a super deep level, we've always, me and Zach, we would stand on our staircase in our apartment and just talk forever about the episodes that we had just seen. And me and Trey have had some really deep conversations about some of the other stuff we watched, and so we like to have fun. We don't get to see each other as much as we would like to. Zach moved a little bit farther away from me and Trey, and so we've actually started Anime Weekend, and it's a weekend where me and Trey come visit Zach, and we spend the weekend at Zach's, and we do nothing but just lay on the couch and watch anime
and drink soda
and drink a lot of L8. It's amazing.
So much L8.
So much L8. In case you guys can't tell from our accents, we are from Kentucky. And the drink...
We are?
We sure are. Because the drink of Kentucky...
Nobody told me.
The drink of Kentucky is L8, for sure. We love L8, and we drink way too much of it, and we watch so much anime. But now, we're going to start throwing this podcast in there, and we just wanted to have fun with it. We just wanted to have fun, hang out with each other, and we wanted to bring you along with us on this fun little journey of just hanging out with us. We hope that's how you guys see this podcast. It's just hanging out with three guys who like to talk about anime.
Well, and I feel like anime is really something that's brought the three of us together.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, me and you, we've been friends for a long time, Cole, but Trey, the way that you introduced me, and Trey's like, hey, this is Trey, he likes anime. Here, this is Zach, he likes anime. And it worked very well.
Yeah, it worked extremely. Look at us now. We're literally driving hours to come see Zach to hang out at his house for the weekend.
And watch anime.
And watch anime. So yeah, it's definitely something that's brought the three of us together. It's definitely something that has grown our friendship. And so with that, we hope to, grow our audience and grow our friendship with our audience. And really, that's the reason why we started a podcast. We just like to have fun. Three guys that just want to have fun and just talk about anime. It doesn't get any more complicated than that, really. So, I think that's everything we had to cover.
Yeah, I think so.
Trey, unless you want anything, Zach, you want anything?
No.
Well, I guess that's it for our extremely quick intro episode. We hope that you guys got something from it. We hope that you guys got to know us a little bit better. Make sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Otaku's 2 cents. Make sure to say hi. Maybe throw out some information about yourself. How long have you been watching? What's your favorite animes? What's some stuff you'd like to hear us talk about? Go out there to Twitter and Instagram and just let us know what you think.
Give us your 2 cents.
Give us your 2 cents. Good one. Look at that. The pun man, the hot takes. And, make sure to give us a good review on iTunes if you like us. And if you don't, then just don't leave us anything, I guess. But it would mean a whole lot to us if you guys could leave us a good review on iTunes. That's the only way we're going to grow. That's the only way we're going to get to meet and talk to new people. And so we would really just like to, just share the love of anime. And so with that, you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, fantastic rest of your car ride. Good night before you go to sleep. Whenever you're listening to this, thank you so much for listening, and we hope you enjoy the rest of whatever you're doing.
Go watch some anime.
Go watch some anime.
Go watch some anime.